All right, first and foremost, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to our apostle LGMS, who rule well, teach well, being a great example to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners that have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And what I want to get into today, all right, we're just going into the topic, of being renewed, in our minds, man. And it's a day by day process, because as we embark on this journey of being of being conformed into Yahushua, and being conformed to the old ways and the old path, you know, we have the understanding, that the old man, the way that we was brought up, all right, which was a way of corruption, has to constantly fade away, all right, and the ways of righteousness, all right, the ways of Yahushua, have to increase, so the old man has to fade away, all right, and the new man, which is born after, all right, the likeness of Yahushua has to increase daily, and it goes into it in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16. It says, "For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day." So those old ways, those old habits, that old mindset that you had, that way of thinking, all right, it has to constantly, all right, be put to death day by day. Constantly, day by day. It's a continual process, man. And the inward man, all right, that's our pure minds which have been stirred up, it has to be increased. That's why we have to feed more into the spirit, than into the flesh, man, because it's easy to get, back into those old habits, man, because we're, in this corruptible flesh, So when you go into that word renewed, all right, in the Greek, what's the word?
Strong's G 341. Anakainao.
Nakanao.
Anakainao.
All right, to cause to grow up new, to make new, all right, to become mature, more mature in the spirit. All right, it says to be changed into a new kind of life as opposed to the former corrupt state, man. Yeah, man, cause we was bred within this system, all right, this beast system, all right, to have a corrupt and defiled mindset, man. The way we think of men, the way we think of women. The way women think of men, the way men think of women, that was one of the main things that was corrupted as far as our way of thinking, man. And it goes all the way back to the garden, man. See, if you want to know the in-depth conversation that Eve, all right, and the serpent had, which that serpent, all right, was a actual man, it was just a melanated Edomite, which came back as Cain, which came back as Esau, and then grew, all right, into the nation of Edomites that we see today. They call themselves Europeans and, Americans and Australians or whatever. They want to hide themselves under. All right, they go back to Esau, Edom, which goes back to that serpent, man. All right, that subtle, crafty, all right, witchcraft, man. You see, they came and introduced a way to Eve, a way that was outside of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, and the guy under the guise of, this way is gonna make you like a god. That's why the do is thy will spirit is heavy, within America, man, which is heavy in this earth, because America has the biggest influence on the earth, you know. So when you go to Ephesians 4 and 21, I start 22. It says that you put off concerning the former conversation or their former conduct, the old man which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust. You see, and that deceit goes all the way back to that serpent, man. And it's being carried out by Esau, Edom, the nation, beginning with these elite bankers, man. you know. But going back into, if you want to know the conversation, all right, that Eve and the serpent had in the garden, just look how things are playing out today, man. All right, look at the mindset of our women today. you know, and the mindset that the women push on these men today, you know, because coming out the womb, what does your mama do? She push you into Christianity for the most part, all right? And then what she tell you? Fight in this man's military, you know, fight for the damn beast. You see, she's about forwarding his agenda, man, because Christianity really is just white supremacy, you know, making you worship your oppressor, you know, and then being this man military, all right, is being, all right, in the likeness of the damn beast, man. You see? What else does your mama tell you? You know, get you one woman, you know, base your life around her, you know, keep her happy, you know, not concerning, you know, not what she can do for you, but always grooming you to be a servant, all right, to the next woman, you know, because your mother, because in the ancient warrior, the father, you know, would get wives for his sons, you know, and those wives will be brought up, you know, to be servants unto that man to forward his household. But now you have the mother bringing up the son to be a servant, all right, to whatever woman he meet, you know, and that's a corrupt and defiled way of thinking because you got to think of it, man. You see, the only reason, this way of being, this deceit and corrupt way of being, the only way, you know, that is able to exist, all right, is because of this synthetic, you know, and this fake paradigm of reality that Esau has, you know, in the earth, man. You see, but if we was to exist as a sovereign nation, you know, and we had to go by that only one woman for a man, you know, well that would stunt the growth of that nation because that man wouldn't be able to multiply. That nation wouldn't be able to multiply. You know, so as a woman, you gotta think, well, if my jealousy of this man, you know, being with another woman, you know, that emotion can hinder the growth of a nation, you know, the growth of our nation, man. You know, and that's one of the corruptible, all right, ways of thinking, man. That's what, you know, Esau came with, you know, when he came, all right, to Eve. That's what the serpent came with when he came to Eve, man. You know, hey, he got all these women, you can have all these men. You know, why you got to listen to him? You know, y'all on the same level. You can do everything he do. You know, why you got to listen to him, man? And you see that mindset of our women, and that lets you know that the conversation that he had with the serpent, man. You know, look, I give you some benefits. You really don't need them. You know, you can do your own thing. Hell, you ain't got to be with a man. You can be with women. You know, you can do what you want. You know, hey, you your own God, and that's why women have that mentality and niggas have that mentality, man. You know, that's why people's emotions, you know, override what's written, you know, within the scriptures, man. You know, the way we think of money, man, the way we used to just come up, you know, chasing money, you know, we idolize money, man. Everything was about money, money, money. You know, that's a deceitful lust, man. Because not knowing if we obedient to our power, he'll give us the abundance of the earth, man. You know, but we was taught to idolize money, chase it, you know, center our life around money, man. You see, these deceitful lusts had our priorities completely ruined, man. You know? But that's why you got to be what? Renewed in your mind, renewed in your spirit, man. You know? Verse 23 says, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness. Yeah, man. You know? We are a nation being groomed for sovereignty, man. You know? And the old way of thinking is corrupt. We wouldn't survive as a sovereign nation under that old mindset, man. You know, men giving their strength over to women. You know, the women rule the household. You know, the man has forfeited his authority. Now the women rule the household, man. That ain't the way to be, man. They respect the person. You know, nobody speaking up on things that they see that ain't right, that's off. You know, and then we do it in love. You see, Esau teach you that, oh, you judging, you being judgmental, you know, because you coming with correction. You see, telling someone, you know, that they're going off in a particular way, you know. Esau paint the pictures as if you wrong, for doing that. But no, man, that's how we were supposed to be. That's how you survive as a sovereign nation, man. It has to be correction, man. you know. But now we've been renewed in the mind, and you see judgment taking place, amongst, the body, man. When things aren't right, man. But that's how we grow as a nation. You see, the reason why the reason why a woman even gets mad at the thought, all right, that her man could even like another woman, goes back to that corrupt way of being of the serpent, man. When you go back to when you just analyze the majority of the arguments that you have with your woman, you know, most of it go back to that corrupt way of thinking of the serpent, man. He's the cause of the man and woman being at war. See that evil eye towards a husband, Esau, he implemented that, man. You know? Most High used Esau to implement that. But see, us coming into this light, now we understand. Now, like I say, men mess up, women mess up, we do things, we fall short, you know. But at the same time, when you analyze most of the arguments that you would have, between your spouse, it's gonna be because that corrupt way of thinking, man. That corrupt way of thinking, man. That's we gotta be renewed and get past that, man. Because that way, that old way of thinking not gonna make it, man. Even in Jacob's trouble, you see, you gonna have to throw that that old way of thinking gonna be destroyed, man, because it ain't gonna get you by. So we have to be constantly renewed in the spirit. Let's go to Colossians 3, and we can close it out there. This is Colossians 3 and 10, and it says, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge. Now we understand why. You see, we used to hear about the law, statutes, and commandments, and but now we understand why. You see, we understand why that these ways need to be implemented in the earth, man. We understand why, all right, men have more than one woman. We understand why the woman was under the man. We understand why the man had to follow Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. You see, the men got to be in order first, man. You see, that we understand why men need to lead, man. And it ain't a thing of, of some he-man, woman hater. No, man. I say we love women, man. But it's an order. You see, and putting them on the pedestal and bending over backwards and compromising, just to appease their emotions. That's not the way it's supposed to be, man. You see, that ain't how we run a nation, man. And the Lord is conforming men to their leadership role, and He's conforming women, into their servitude role, man. And when men and women do that, it works out as a perfect tandem, man. See, now we see why the Lord did. It's one thing, when your parents tell you something, to go to sleep at a certain time, or don't hang out with such and such. You see, we don't see why they saying that until we get that experience, man. And then we see, okay, I see why they ain't want me to hang with such and such. He in prison now, I see why you gotta go to bed at a certain time, man. You need sleep. So now when we look at the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Shai, and the way that He ordered a family, the way He ordered, how to be amongst the nation, amongst each other, how we govern each other, how we dealt with each other as brothers, as families, man. Now we see why, So I just want to bring that out, Lord willing. It was edifying. Hey, we just all got to be constantly renewed day by day, man. It's a day by day process, man. And you gonna fall, and it's easy to slip into old habits, man. But you gotta take heed to yourself, So with that, Shalom.